Hey guys, hey guys, hey guys. Welcome to Everything Football. Not the best of starts, but welcome to Everything Football and welcome to the Match Day 8 deadline stream. We are around less than 3 hours until the game starts, and we are less than 2 hours until we see the lineups. And I'm here for around an hour to answer you guys' questions, to go through my final team, any changes I've made, and I will be going through that and discussing all that in this stream. So thank you to everyone who's already tuned in. Make sure to hit the like button, support the channel, and to help the video get pushed to other people. And what another great match week to look forward to. Bayern Salzburg later on today. We have Liverpool Inter Milan. That's probably a game Liverpool have already gone through. Tomorrow we have City against Sporting. Man City have already gone through, so that might not be the best of games to watch unless you have some players in that game. We also have PSG Real Madrid. I think that is the biggest game that we have to watch on Wednesday. And then next week, we will have, obviously, on the first day, Ajax against Benfica. That game is still 2-2, so still open for anyone. We will have Juventus, Villarreal, Lille, Chelsea, and we'll have Atletico Madrid, Man United. So a lot of good games to look forward to. 3 of those games might already be over, but some that are really, really open for anyone. So make sure to send in any questions you have. How are you, Niall? Hope you're doing well. How are you, TQM? So here's my team for match day 8. I have Ulrich in goal, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Laporte, and Mazraoui. Now, Mazraoui is currently injured, but he will be back for Ajax in the next league game for them. And their game, the Champions League game, is not this week. It's up until next week. So by then, he should be okay. Even if he's not, I do expect my players from the bench to help out. Havertz has come in this week for me. Leroy Sané, Bernardo Silva, Salah. Bernardo Silva, I'm not sure is going to start. He usually plays a lot of the Premier League games. Doesn't really play these other competitions that much as he plays in the league. Mohamed Salah will definitely start. He will get space to score goals because Inter Milan will have to go for it. The game is 2-0. They need 3 goals to win it. 2 goals take it to extra time. So they'll definitely have to go for it, which will leave spaces in behind for Mohamed Salah. And then maybe I should do this. And then up front, I do have Haller. Obviously, everyone should have Haller. I mean, I think he'll go right this week. I also have Lewandowski as my captain today. Hopefully, he gets the 2 goals, and I don't have to change my captain tomorrow and next week. And Gabriel Jesus is another player who's coming to my team this week. So looking forward to how he's going to do for me. I really hope he starts. I'm pretty sure he's going to start because he's not been playing for City over the last I think since January or something. Like he's played very few games, maybe FA Cup games and maybe one league game or something. So I'm hoping against Sporting at home, he is the go-to guy. Let's hope he gets the penalties if they get any penalty. Let's hope they do cross the ball for him. Let's see how he does. So if Lewandowski doesn't score, doesn't get the number of points I need, I'll probably give Gabriel Jesus tomorrow at the captaincy if he starts. So I'll not wait to change my captaincy until I see the lineups tomorrow. So if I confirm Gabriel Jesus is starting, I'll probably captain him if Lewandowski doesn't perform today. On my bench, I have Donnarumma up against Real Madrid. Last time he got a clean sheet for me in this fixture, which I was very happy with. Didn't really expect the clean sheet against Real Madrid, but he did get it anyway. Rudiger is there as well. Definitely, I might need him. I'm pretty sure we'll need him. Unless Haller scores goals, Jesus, Lewandowski, Salah, all of them deliver. I'm pretty sure I'll need Rudiger to come in for someone. Maybe Bernardo Silva if he doesn't play, or Mazraoui if he doesn't play next week. Rudiger will definitely be needed. And Jorginho, I don't know. Jorginho might not be needed. If everyone else plays and they get 4 or 5 points, I may not be bringing in Jorginho unless I confirm that he's starting next week. And some of my players are giving me 1 point, 2 points, then I'll probably go for Jorginho. And as you can see, Moreno has he's currently injured as well. He's doubtful, so we'll wait and see. Luckily, his game, just like Mazraoui, is next week, so we don't have to worry about that too much this weekend. Anyway, I've made all my 3 subs, so even if something happens right now, there's nothing much I can do about transferring out these players. So that is my team for this week. Next match day, we will have 5 transfers. So for those 5 transfers, there are some players here I'll definitely keep, like Rudiger. I'm expecting them to go through alongside Jorginho. That's 2 players already. I'm expecting Ulreich to go through. That's 3 players. Trent Alexander-Arnold, that's 4. Laporte, 5. I'm expecting Mazraoui to go through. That will be 6. Salah as well. Bernardo Silva, Sane, Havertz. That is already 10 players already for next match day. I'm expecting Haller to go through, as I said about Mazraoui. Gabriel Jesus and Lewandowski. So in my team, I have at least 13 players I'm expecting to go through to the next round, and it could be 14 if Donnarumma goes through as well. But obviously, not all of them will go through. But the plan was to put a lot of Chelsea, Liverpool, and Bayern players the last match there, and it kind of worked. So let's hope no one gets injured between now and then. Obviously, we've not seen the draw, anything like that. You could have Liverpool against Chelsea, and it turns out to be hard. You could have Man City facing Bayern, and it turns out to be hard. So Bayern's game 1-1 still very open. Liverpool Inter, I'm expecting Liverpool to get another 2. Real Madrid PSG, very open game. City Sporting, that one is over. United Atletico Madrid, that is open. Ajax Benfica, that is open. Lille Chelsea, I think that's done. I think Chelsea are through. Juventus Villarreal, I think that is another game that is quite open. So how far is the quarterfinals? They will be on 5th April. So that's like how long from now? Like a month from now, maybe less than a month from now is when the quarterfinals will be. So that is how my team is looking. I'll be waiting for you guys' questions. You can even send on Twitter as well. I'll come to them very soon. But yeah, that's how my team is looking as of now. Usually during these deadline streams, I make my transfers very late, but this time planned myself well, took out, let me show you my transfers in case you haven't seen my other videos. I took out Paulinho. It was very easy to take him out and bring in Jesus. It was quite easy to take out Mahrez because I think he will be rested for City, and bring in Havertz and Mazraoui as well. Bring him in. Needed a couple of Ajax players. Him and Haller should be good for me. And I took out Cancelo. Cancelo was hard to take him out because Guardiola could just decide to play him. But since he played the FA Cup game last week, I really don't know if he's going to start the Champions League game as well. That the Champions League game that is already done as well. I don't think so. So pretty interesting. So those are my transfers. And yeah, if in case you haven't joined the league yet, that's 83UVQC0A09. That is the. I mean, fuck. Let me check how the standings are at the moment. Who's currently top of the league? So Real Madrid is 1-0. Then Liverpool is 2-0. Then Atletico Madrid is 3-0. Then Bayern is 4-0. Then Juventus is 5-0. Then Ajax is 6-0. Then Salzburg is 7-0. Then Munich is 8-0. Then Munich is 9-0. Then Ajax is 9-0. Then Munich is 10-0. Then Munich is 11-0. Then Munich is 12-0. Then Munich is 13-0. Then Munich is 14-0. Then Munich is 15-0. Then Munich is 16-0. Then Munich is 17-0. Then Munich is 18-0. Then Munich is 19-0. Then Munich is 20-0. Then Munich is 21-0. Then Munich is 22-0. Then Munich is 23-0. Then Munich is 24-0. Then Munich is 25-0. Then Munich is 26-0. Then Munich is 27-0. Then Munich is 28-0. Then Munich is 29-0. Then Munich is 30-0. Then Munich is league. Let me just check it right. No, that's definitely the wrong place. I'm not looking for the standings. That is way long ago. That's that's a long time ago we got done with the groups. Long time ago. Do this. So in case you have any questions, make sure to send them in. Do this. You're looking for the what are you looking for? You're looking for the league. We aren't looking for. Let's see. Everything football. You're almost at 200 people in the league. So number one, his nephew has 620 points. Wolves is second with 602. Goa is third with 599. Lil Baby is fourth with 585, and Mr. Messi is fifth with 582. A lot of high scores there. Lots of high scores. I don't know who's top of the world right now. The one who's top of the world right now, I don't know how many points they have. Just check that. Overall, the 655. Wow. So in our league, this guy should be very high. He could be like in the top 100 or something, if I'm not wrong. So 655 is the top score at the moment. If you want to win the whole thing, 655 is the top score at the moment. Pretty interesting. I think I'm on 500 and something, so that's like 100 points above. So it's not easy at all. It's not easy at all. I mean, even getting yourself in the top 100, whichever competition you're playing, that is something in itself. The highest I've ever been in a fantasy game was the Norwegian League fantasy. I don't even watch the Norwegian League, but I played their fantasy. Like I follow the highlights and everything, and I played the fantasy like the Norway League. And I think I got to like 98 or something out of like 90,000 or something. I was like, wow, 98, and I don't even watch this game. But all these others, pretty difficult, pretty difficult to get anywhere near the top 100. You have to be very lucky and you have to make all the right decisions. Penguin, how are you? I see you're going live as well. Hi, Glenn, now a captain for me. Have you considered anyone else, or is just straight up Lewandowski, no one else at all? Like Sane could be an option, obviously. The ones who have Coman, I think Coman is a massive differential. 3% on. I really wanted to get him in instead of Havertz in place of Mahrez. I thought about it for like a full day. Like, should I bring in Havertz? Should I bring in Coman instead of Mahrez? But I was like, nah, I think that is too many Bayern players. Lewandowski, Sane, the goalkeeper, and then I add Coman as well. I was like, if they win that game by 1-0, it's a disaster. So I just decided to go different. It's also more fun having players from different games. So I can watch today's game between Liverpool and Inter, even though I know Liverpool have already won. I can still watch it knowing Trent Alexander-Arnold, Salah do something in that match. I can watch the City game tomorrow knowing Gabriel Jesus is playing, even if the game is 5-0. And in terms of competition, there's no competition in that game at all. I can wait for Halle next week in the Ajax game. I can wait for the Chelsea game. Usually pretty fun watching every single game, having assets in those matches. So at the moment, I have 3 Chelsea players. I have 2 Liverpool players. I have 3 City players. I have 3 Bayern players. I have 2 Ajax players. So I've not really gone for too many teams. Like I've not had a Real Madrid player like for the last 3 match days. I've not had any Juventus players. I really considered bringing in Vlahovic in place of instead of bringing in Gabriel Jesus. I was like, nah, Sporting I think at home is easier than having Villarreal at home. So I just went for Jesus, and I think Jesus is a massive differential as well. I don't know how it's on at the moment. I checked 2 days ago, so let's see if there's any. Oh, still 1%. Like when I got him in, he was still 1%. So if he scores like a double, then you can have a big green arrow this match day. So Lewandowski captain, Penguin, definitely the best. I think if you don't captain him and then he gets a hat-trick, in big trouble. That's why you just go safe with Lewandowski. If Lewandowski doesn't score, then tomorrow in the Real Madrid PSG Man City Sporting games, you can go for anyone, knowing that the other week you still have 2 chances to change again. So if they don't deliver today, Salah and the likes of Lewandowski, there's some who will go for Mbappe, there's some who will go for Messi, there's some who will go for Benzema and Vinicius, some will go for Sterling, some could even go for Man City defender. So there'll be a lot of different choices on Wednesday. If that doesn't work as well, then for those who have the likes of Bruno Fernandes and Ronaldo, if United up their game against Atletico, For the ones who have the likes of Joao Felix, is really improved recently. Ajax, Benfica, Hala is there, Anthony is there. So a lot of options. And then hopefully we don't need our captains for the last day. If everything goes wrong, then I'll probably captain Havertz on that final day because I don't have anyone from Juventus. So SCI goes though, you have to plan forward. You definitely have to plan forward. I'll check my Twitter soon for the questions as well. Transfers. So I'm definitely happy with this team. Hopefully everyone ends up playing. I also put a poll in the chat. I forgot asking who are you captaining tonight? Is it Lewandowski, obviously, or is it someone else, actually? So 88% of so far said Lewandowski, and 12% have said someone else. So I'd like to know who is that. Is that someone else? Is it Sane? Is it maybe a defender, Kimmich or something? Who are you going for in terms of captaincy? So I currently have 0.3 million in the bank. Wildcard played, limitless played, so nothing much I can do with that. So I have to hope everyone plays in this match day. I'd be very gutted if Mahrez started and I took him out, thinking he's not going to start. And Guardiola is very capable of doing that. So let's hope he doesn't play. For me, I think City will start with Jesus, Sterling, and probably Grealish, and then Palmer, Fernandinho, and Gundogan. That's how I feel they're going to start. So that will mean no De Bruyne, no Foden, no Mahrez. That will mean no. What am I forgetting? I don't think Cancelo will play at the back. Now that Diaz is out, Laporte might have to start next to Ake. So I think the likes of Zinchenko will play again. So if you have any extra transfers, the likes of Zinchenko are very good options because I think he will rotate, especially defensively. They have Crystal Palace not this week, not on the weekend, but on the Monday. So let's see how it goes. So how many City players do you currently have in your team? For me, I've gone with 3. Laporte, Bernardo Silva, Jesus. But the only one I'm sure is going to start is Jesus. The other ones are just hoping. And I had to take out Mahrez and Cancelo anyway. So I'm remaining with 2 players. I also didn't want to take them all out because I know City have gone through to the next round. So we'll still need them in the next round. So if they don't play, I'm hoping the 3 players on my bench could help me out. And at the moment, Moreno is currently doubtful, so it doesn't really help what I'm trying to do. So any questions you have, make sure to send them in as well. Hit the like button. You're close to 850 subs. Let's see. So that is how my team is looking. That's my final team. I also wanted Mbappe, to be fair. I wanted to bring in Mbappe. So my team before this was Paulinho instead of Jesus, Mahrez instead of Havertz, and Cancelo instead of Mazraoui. So the only way I could have brought in Mbappe is to take out Paulinho, bring in Mbappe, and then take out Cancelo, not bring in Mazraoui, bring in like a 4.4, 4.5 defender, and then take out Mahrez and bring in someone cheaper than 8 million. So that would have damaged the rest of my team in terms of balance. I just decided to go with Jesus, who's only currently owned by 1%. I don't know how many of you have Gabriel Jesus, and I'd be very happy if he starts. And if he starts, I'm almost 100% sure he's going to score. Almost 100% sure he's going to score. So if he starts, really, really good. If Laporte starts, it's a huge bonus for me. Then I'll have to look at the other. I can have the luxury of bringing in Rudiger for anyone who doesn't score as high as expected, instead of bringing in Rudiger for someone who didn't play. So that's the kind of luxury I am hoping for. Last week was great. Last match day was great. 94 points. I don't think I'll get to 94 points again this time. So many of these players won't play anyway. So that is a concern. Sina, how are you? I have 4 City players: Laporte, Cancelo, De Bruyne, Mahrez. I think nobody starts. So first up, I don't think De Bruyne will start. I think 100% De Bruyne will not start. I don't think they can risk him at all. Right now, they're definitely in a title race with Liverpool. In the next round, they'll definitely get someone harder than Sporting. They might, and that is only like less than a month away. City could end up facing Liverpool. They could end up facing Bayern. They could end up facing PSG or Real Madrid. So they'll need De Bruyne for that run. They're in the quarterfinal of the FA Cup as well. So I think De Bruyne will not start. Laporte, I also have him. I think we have like a 40% chance of Laporte starting. Cancelo, I think that is like 20%. Walker has not been playing a lot of games, so I think he will start. I know he played against United the other day, so I think he will start. And I think on the other side they'll put Zinchenko, and also Cancelo played in the FA Cup game where they played against the Championship team, Peterborough. So I don't think he'll play like those three competitions all in like the space of 2 weeks. So again, the other risk is you could have Cancelo starting and then he gets subbed off at halftime and you don't get any clean sheet points. That is the other worry. And for Mahrez is 50-50, honestly. For me, I've taken him out. And I had to bring in a City player because of, you're actually right. Yeah, Walker is suspended. You got the red card against, was it Leipzig, right? You got the red card against Leipzig in the group stage. You're actually right, Sina. I don't know how many matches he was given because he already missed one. So even with that, Ake can still play as a wing back or something. I really don't know. I don't think Cancelo can start. Those youngsters we see on the bench, one of them could end up starting. I've seen Laporte playing as a left back. I've seen Ake playing as a left back. I've never seen Zinchenko playing as a right back, but it's a possibility. But you're right. Walker is suspended, so that could mean Cancelo starts. But as I said, even if he starts, will he really get 70 minutes? Or will he be subbed off after 54 minutes after he gets 2 points? Depends, man. Depends. For me, I've gone for Jesus just to cover the potential of Mahrez hurting me if he ends up starting. What is wrong with Mazraoui? He's injured. He missed the last game. But from all the Ajax accounts I've followed on Twitter, they're saying that he's back in training. Will play in the next game against, I think it's Kambur. I think that's how you say it, or Kambao. I don't know. So he's going to play in that game, which means he'll probably play in the Champions League the following week. If the game was this week on Tuesday or something, then it would have been a concern to bring in Mazraoui. But for me, I brought him in. Next week, by next week, it should be okay. So I wouldn't worry that much about the doubt, the injured doubt thing. Moreno as well is currently doubtful, but I don't think I was going to use him that much anyway. Hopefully not. So yeah, Asina said Walker is suspended. Satorus, how are you, man? Nice seeing you again. Hi again. How did you feel of taking Silva last stream? Do you mean like playing Silva in my team last week? Let me go to last week. So I remember, I don't know if you're talking about me picking Bernardo Silva last time. I mean, I was trying to figure out whether to bring in Bernardo Silva or Foden last match day. And in the last minute, I just decided, you know what, I'll just go for Bernardo Silva because it's cheaper. And he got 19 points. He almost got a hat-trick. I was so relieved that usually this, as a fantasy player, you're like, oh, it always goes the wrong way. When you pick 50-50, it usually goes the wrong way for you. This time it really definitely went the right way. This was a very good week. Trent Alexander-Arnold, 8 points, clean sheet. Cancelo worked out perfectly, clean sheet. Rudiger, clean sheet. Laporte, clean sheet. Donnarumma got a clean sheet against Real Madrid. I did not expect that. Bernardo Silva almost got a hat-trick. Mahrez got 22 points. I would have hit 100 points if I captained Bernardo Silva instead of Mahrez. Salah got a goal in the second half, like 10 minutes remaining. Lewandowski and Sane obviously disappointed. Haller got a goal, but he also got an own goal. So last match day was pretty good for me. Last match day was pretty good. I really wanted to hit the 100 points. I was able to hit it this week. Cancelo is not playing, confirmed by Manchester on Twitter. When was it confirmed? So I guess that makes a decision easy for me. I took him out already, so I've not really followed up on what people are saying about Cancelo. But yeah, I don't think he was going to play anyway, even if he wasn't sick. I don't think he would have played at all. Walker is suspended. Laporte has to start. I think you could be right, Arnold. How many options do they have now? Zinchenko, Laporte, Ake, Stones. Stones has played as a right back before, so I think he could start at right back. They could play Ake at left back, or play Ake and Laporte in the center defense, and then play with obviously Zinchenko on the left side. You really wouldn't know, man. It's so hard to predict. He could just go for one of the youngsters instead of Laporte. Just depends. But hopefully, the good thing with what I like about Laporte, let me just show you about Laporte. He usually gets subbed off. I love it. Where was it? Was it this match day? Yeah. Like he played 84 minutes, he got subbed off. So even if Sporting scored in the last 10 minutes, the clean sheet points were already perfect. There's another time he was subbed off as well. Cancelo as well. I think it was against. There's a game they played. Was it? Can I remember the game? I think it was Club Brugge away from home. I think Cancelo and someone else was subbed. So that is why I like Guardiola. When the game is already over, he'll take out the defenders as well. Isn't Cancelo missing out through illness, and isn't Neuer playing? Neuer could play. I did hear that. I don't know how long his surgery is going to keep him out for. If he does play, it's okay. That's why I've done a room on the bench. That's why you need to have two goalkeepers. So I've just put Ulrich there because I didn't have the, what is it called? Eventually, the truth is I never really needed Ulrich. Last week, Donnarumma got the clean sheet points in the first day, so I never really looked at Ulrich. So even when Salzburg scored, I wasn't really bothered. So this week, if Ulrich doesn't play today, is it today? Tomorrow? Today, right? It's today. Even if he doesn't play today, and or if he plays and doesn't keep a clean sheet, I'll just bring in Donnarumma. That's why you need two goalkeepers. So if I had the luxury of taking him out, if I was playing my wild card, I wouldn't have him in today. If I was playing my wild card, I wouldn't have him in my team. It was a bit of a concern as well to go for him last time. I was thinking about it, but I only went for him because he was very cheap. Are you replacing Cancelo? I've already replaced him. I've already brought in Mazraoui for him. Hi, Peter, by the way. Cancelo is already out of my team. Sina says Ake is injured. I think they'll definitely need someone to play. Right now, we're talking about every single one of their defenders getting injured. So the other problem is, will Ederson start or will the other goalkeeper start? So if you're going for Man City defender, I think the best defender to go for is Zinchenko. That's the only one I can tell you. If you really need a City defender and you have the transfers to make, just bring in Zinchenko. For me, I can't take out Laporte because I've already made all my 3 transfers. So if he doesn't play, hopefully Rudiger can just come easily next week. So Ake, if he's injured, if it's confirmed that he's out, just bring in Zinchenko. I think Zinchenko is the best defender to bring in from City this week. Let me just check. Let me go to transfers. That's the only defender I can think about. And Man City. So Cancelo won't play, Diaz won't play, Walker won't play. Ake is a doubt as well. So Zinchenko, Stones, Laporte. So as someone said, I think Laporte has to play. Who said that? Someone said Laporte has to play. Anel said Laporte has to play. I think it's true. I think he really actually does have to play unless he decides to play youngsters in that game, which I don't think. It's a bit risky unless they're already 7-0 up. So Zinchenko is good, 5.5, and I think Stones could start as well, 5.5. Diaz is out for, I think, 6 weeks. So that is a bit of a concern. But with all those defenders going missing this match, that is why I was kind of considering keeping Paulinho in my team, the Sporting forward. I was like, if City rotates their defenders, Sporting could end up getting a goal and it could be Paulinho. But I was like, nah, he might not start as well. They might just, maybe they've already given up and they're like, no, they won't play their first team as well. So let's wait and see. Captainings only take W's. I hope this is another W for you. Captaining Salah, I feel like Inter has to try and score. Yeah, that will leave a lot of spaces. While with the Bayern game, Salzburg will try and defend as they already have a tie. Well, only taking W's, only take W's. Bayern Munich have played 3 home games this season and they've scored 13 goals. So I don't think it really matters if a team tries to defend at City. And Salzburg, I don't think Salzburg are like Atletico Madrid from 5 years ago where they can just defend and put you down to 1 goal. I don't think so. So even if they defend, I think Bayern will still get 2+ goals today. And if they get a penalty, which is very possible, Lewandowski is on that as well. There's always the potential of getting player of the match for the likes of Sane. So even if Salzburg defend, I think they'll still concede 2 or 3 goals. Bayern is a machine. If Bayern went out today, that would be the surprise of the Champions League, I think, the last 20 years. So you could be right, but I think Salah against Inter Milan is harder than Bayern against Salzburg at home. But Salah will probably score as well anyway, so you could go for anyone. Don't be surprised if they ended up scoring the same number of points. Sina says hold Alonso. Now, Alonso didn't play against Burnley the other day. Will he start next week? The problem with Chelsea, Sina, is that Chelsea have another 2 games before they play Lille. They're playing Norwich on Thursday and they're playing Newcastle on Sunday. So there's a lot that can happen between now and then. If he can play and get a red card in the Premier League, and then you're guaranteed a place in the Champions League, that could be good for you. So my answer to that is this is actually a very, very hard one, but I would keep him. I'd just keep him. There's a huge possibility of Chelsea keeping a clean sheet. The only way I can suggest you take him out is if the rest of your team is good and you have a spare transfer to make, and you don't have any other Chelsea defenders, you can then move from Alonso to like a Rudiger. That could be a choice for you if you have a spare transfer. But if you have other things to deal with, then just deal with those other things. But Chelsea is tough to predict. I currently have 3 of their players, and Rudiger, I definitely think he'll start. Jorginho, I have him on my bench, but he didn't play last time, so that is another risk in my team. Havertz, I think he'll start instead of Lukaku. I can see Lukaku starting one of those Premier League games. Any news on Mbappe? Nothing that I've heard about. I think he'll definitely play. I don't think he'll miss out or anything. I think he'll definitely play. And the game is tough. The PSG lost the other day to Nice, and they didn't even score a goal. So I think this is a big game. I think he'll start. I know he's a doubt, but I think he'll start. I definitely think he'll start. If he misses out, now the thing with these flags on FPL and Champions League fantasy, the yellow ones, usually 40% of them end up turning wrong, maybe even 50%. Usually they put a yellow flag, but they end up playing. So I usually don't pay too much attention on them. So I think Mbappe will play. If it doesn't, again, if something happens in the last minute, hopefully you have a decent bench. But if you're feeling doubtful and if you're in a wild card, you could obviously go for the likes of Messi. Satoru says, like I said in the last round of 16 streams, I have sentimental attachment to Madrid. So shall I still take Benzema over Messi and Mbappe? Believe it or not, I will say yes. I've watched Real Madrid the last few weeks. I've watched PSG the last few weeks. Real Madrid are looking very good up front. That game against Real Sociedad, I could not believe like how many times they were attacking, or the way they are finishing. I think before that, there's a goal where I don't know which team they were playing. I don't remember, but they were away from home. I remember Benzema passing to Vinicius, and then Vinicius just giving it to Benzema, and Benzema literally tapped it in like open goal. The way they are playing right now, Modric, Benzema, Vinicius, Rodrigo, even Carvajal, the way he's going forward, very, very good. So for me, I'd go for Benzema. He's also on penalties, and Messi and Mbappe usually share the penalties, so you usually don't know who's going to take it. Benzema will definitely take the penalties for Real Madrid. So for me, I'd go for Benzema. Although with that said, I do kind of still think PSG will go through. I think they'll draw and PSG could go through. So that is a thing for next time, though. Let's focus on this match day. Next time, we do have 5 transfers to make before the next match day. So nothing much to worry about a lot. I'm assuming most of you have Liverpool players, City players, Bayern players, so those players will be there next match day, hopefully. So nothing to worry about much. So I think Mbappe will start, Peter. Nothing to worry about. I think my team is okay. The concerns I had were the City players, and I took out Mahrez and Cancelo. I still have concerns over Bernardo Silva, a lot of concerns over him. I don't think he'll start. Mazraoui should be back by next week. Jorginho start or not, literally do not know. They have 2 Premier League games before that, so it's a tough decision. Moreno, 4.2, even if I wanted to take him out, there's literally no one I can bring in for that price. And Moreno plays in midfield, so a defender who plays in midfield, always welcome. I wanted to bring in Kimmich this week, but obviously I don't have the money for that, and I didn't want to take out the likes of Alexander-Arnold and Rudiger. Captain Lewandowski, right, 100%, 100% Lewandowski for captain. But usually what I say, since we have 4 chances of changing the captain, or 3 chances to change the captain, or 4 captains to go for in the 4 days, if you're trying to take a risk, the first day and the second day is the days you could take the risks. But with Lewandowski, a lot of people will own him and a lot of people will captain him. So if he ends up scoring a hat-trick today and you captain Mbappe and that game ends 1-1 and Di Maria scores, yes, you can change your captain, but it's going to be a pain if you're trying to choose now which Man City players to go for, which Man United players to go for. It's going to be a pain. So Lewandowski 100%. I still do think Sane will score as well. I don't think it's a bad option, but Lewandowski for sure 100%. So there's still a few doubts in this team. Yes, this is my final team, but there's still a few doubts. I'm not sure whether Laporte is going to start. I'm not sure whether Silva is going to start. I'm not sure whether Jorginho is going to start. I'm not sure whether Moreno is going to start. I'm not sure that Ulrich is going to start. So that is usually the problem with this round, the second legs. Some games are already over, some players are rested, some injuries, some suspensions. So it becomes very hard to pick players. Very, very hard. So for the ones who have their wildcard still, I feel very envious towards. So keep sending in your questions. We have 1 hour before the team news comes out, and you have 2 hours before the games get started. So I think Bayern will win, and I think Liverpool will win again. So let's see. If someone like Mane gets captained and then he gets 3 goals, then you're a genius. So if you're feeling brave and you have nothing to lose, you could always go for a differential. But I think the day for a differential is tomorrow. I think for today it's Lewandowski. If he doesn't perform, then the differentials could be tomorrow. You could go for Mbappe, you could go for Benzema, you could go for Messi, you could go for Sterling, Jesus, you could go for a goalkeeper if you want, up to you. So I think Wednesday is the day for differentials. I don't think too many people will captain Mbappe. I don't think many people will captain Benzema. So that's the day to go for differentials. But today I think Lewandowski is the best option for sure. So all these questions you're asking very difficult, like on Alonso, on Ake, on Mbappe, on De Bruyne. But De Bruyne, I think he'll definitely not start. So the other way Guardiola could go is, I want another 5 goals. Let's get 10-0 on aggregate, and then I sub them off. He could easily just say that, but I don't think so. They have Crystal Palace coming up soon. They have an FA Cup quarterfinal soon. They have a quarterfinal game in the Champions League since they're already through, so it becomes very hard to keep on playing the likes of De Bruyne and Mahrez. But Mahrez is their top scorer this season. I think he's already hit 20 goals. Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Satoru says, how much points do you expect from your team? Oh, let's see. I do expect Haller, Lewandowski, and Jesus to all score. So I'm thinking around, and since Lewandowski is my captain, I'm expecting at least 18 points from him, and the rest together maybe 15. So that's already like 33. Midfield at least like 20 or something. Hopefully Havertz and Sane deliver. Salah as well. I'm not sure if Bernardo Silva starts. So I'd be happy with 75. I'd be happy with 75, Satoru. I'd be happy with 75 points around there because there's still some risks. I don't think some are saying Ulrich might not start because Neuer is back. Donnarumma against Real Madrid, hoping for a clean sheet again. I think it's a bit too much, hoping for another clean sheet against Real Madrid. So we'll be looking at 2 or 3 points there. Rudiger, if Mazraoui doesn't play next week, I think he will. But if he doesn't, it becomes tough. Moreno, is he going to be fit by next week? Alexander-Arnold, is Inter Milan going to go for it today and score a couple of goals? Depends. So 75 points. That is 19 points difference from what I got last week. So ask Dravidan. I hope I'm saying your name right. Dravidan. What happened to Cancelo? I think he played all 90 minutes against Man United. And that was on Sunday. I'm not sure what happened to him. Some are saying it's a knock. I already took him out of my team. That's why I've not really looked at what has happened to Cancelo after that. But anyway, I don't think he was going to play anyway. So I don't think it's a big of an issue too much. I don't think it's a serious injury that will keep him out for too long. Since you just said that, let me just check anyway. I don't think it's a serious injury, though. And City are missing a lot of defenders at the moment, so they will need players to start recovering. If Cancelo is out for a long time, which I don't think he is, they're in trouble. See, Diaz is already out for 6 weeks. Pep Guardiola provides injury updates on Cancelo, Nathan Ake, and Ruben Diaz. For Ruben Diaz, already is out for 6 weeks. He will return for the Liverpool game. So they are saying Dravidan, let's see. Cancelo is out with illness, so not serious, I guess. I don't think he was going to play anyway, so I don't think it's a big of a deal. So Cancelo is out. So Man City have just 14 players available. That is crazy. That is absolutely crazy. 14 players. So my predicted lineup for City, let me just type it in. My predicted lineup for City. So I think they could go for Ederson because their defense is weak. They will go for Ederson. I think Stones will start for sure. I think Laporte will start because they have a lot of injuries. I think Zinchenko will definitely start as well. For the other position, I think it's going to be one of the youngsters. Yeah, let me just type in youngster. And then for midfield, I think Gundogan will start this time since he came in against Man United. I think Fernandinho will definitely play instead of Rodri. And I think Grealish will start again. I think Sterling will play this time. He didn't play in the Manchester derby. Same to Jesus and Palmer, the youngster. So that is my predicted lineup for City. That's what I think City will go for. I think they will go for Ederson in goal. I think they'll go for Stones, Laporte, Zinchenko, and a youngster in defense. I think in midfield they'll go for Gundogan, Fernandinho, Grealish, and then Sterling, Jesus, Palmer. So that will mean the Bernardo Silva I have in my squad is out, maybe on the bench. That could mean Foden is out, De Bruyne, Mahrez. The thing is, he'll not rotate the entire team. So one of those players could start instead of. Could end up starting Mahrez. He could end up starting Bernardo Silva, which I'd be happy with. So still a problem, still a huge problem. We are guessing here. We are guessing. Dravidan says, what about Vlahovic? Vlahovic is a good pick instead of Jesus. Those are the two players I was actually trying to decide between Dravidan, Vlahovic against Villarreal next week, and Jesus against Sporting this week. Vlahovic scored in the first 30 seconds on his Champions League debut in the first leg, but I've picked Jesus because only 1% of the fantasy managers currently own Jesus, so it's a massive differential. If he scores a goal or gets two, then definitely we'll see a rise in the rank. Number two, Vlahovic is playing against Villarreal. Jesus is playing against Sporting. I think Sporting is easier than Villarreal at home. Villarreal as well. Juventus as well. The last game they played in the league, they only scored one goal against Spezia, and Man City will always score 2 or 3 goals. So that's just the reason I've gone for Jesus. There's also a few advantages with Vlahovic. Obviously, we are guaranteed he's going to start. That is one. We're definitely sure he's going to start anyway. Vlahovic. And number two is Villarreal have conceded in the last 10 away games Villarreal have played in their league. They've kept only 2 clean sheets, so they usually concede a goal. So whichever you prefer, whichever is a good option for you, go for it. And I think also Jesus is cheaper than Vlahovic. So are you Maisie Devils United feeling confident for the Atletico game next week? Do you think Man United will go through against Atletico? I think you guys will draw again, 1-1, and then probably go to extra time. So I remember the last time you went to penalties, it didn't go quite well for Elanga. So you could probably see again another extra time and another penalty shootout. Let's see. But yeah, we are 1 hour away from the team news and 2 hours away from the game starting. So there are a few options that you could go for that I've not gone for. Vlahovic is a decent option. Benzema is a good option as well, but they're too expensive for my team. That's why I couldn't really afford them. You could go for Coman from Bayern Munich is a good option. Gnabry, you could go for Reece James for Chelsea. Is always going to attack and get goals if he starts, especially now that the likes of Aspilicueta are all out with injuries. So does this mean James starts every single game? I'm not sure. It just depends. For me, I usually prefer going for the players playing on the first week because the second week, like Chelsea are playing 2 games before they play against Lille. So Rudiger could get injured and then it becomes a problem. Satoru says, who do you think will win the Champions League? I'm still going to say Bayern Munich, Satoru. I'm still going to say Bayern Munich, but the same. So let me show you this. At the bottom, I've gone for Bayern Munich to go through, Liverpool to go through, PSG to go through. Sorry, I know you support Real Madrid. Man City to go through. United and Man United and Atletico Madrid is so hard. Both defenses are atrocious. That is a tough one. Just wait. I'm going to go for Ajax. I'm going to go for Juventus, and I'm going to go for Chelsea to go through. So I kind of think Man United will go through. So let's just put Man United there. But now it depends on the draw. If Bayern Munich end up facing Man City, then Liverpool end up facing, let's say, like an Ajax or something. I think Liverpool will beat Ajax, for example. So let's ignore that. I'm not answering your question. Let me answer your question the right way. I think the semi-final will be Liverpool, Man City, PSG, and Bayern. And I think Bayern will play one of Man City and Liverpool in the final. I think Bayern will win. So I do think that at least two English teams will reach the semi-final, though. I think Liverpool are very strong. I think Man City are very strong. I think Chelsea are strong as well in the Champions League. Ulrich, relaxing central, nice thing again. Ulrich, Trent, Kimmich, Laporte, Cancelo, Sane, Danjuma. You've always loved Danjuma. Like, I think if we go to the first three, relaxing central did mention Danjuma somewhere. Bernardo Silva, Mahrez, Salah, Lewandowski, bench, Mendy, Pino, Azpilicueta, Paulinho. So let's see which picks I like. I don't mind Trent. I don't mind Kimmich. Sane is okay. Danjuma is okay, I guess. I don't think they'll score more than one goal against Juventus, so hopefully gets that one goal. Salah is okay. Lewandowski is okay. Have you already made your subs? Have you already made your transfer? Sorry. Oh, so it's such a good team any other week, but this week there's so many risks. Mahrez, will he start? Bernardo Silva, will he start? Cancelo is out. Laporte maybe has to play now. Ulrich, Neuer could come back in. Azpilicueta is still injured for Chelsea. Paulinho could, I hope that is a Sporting Paulinho. He could get a chance tomorrow against City. Mendy, you might need Mendy to come in. Pino, oh wow. So have you made any transfers? Let me know if you've made any transfers or you still have 3 or 2 or 1 transfer. Let me know. And we can see. I'd still keep Laporte because he has a chance of playing. I don't think Cancelo will play. So Laporte has a chance. We'll first go with the players that will remove the risks first from your team. So the ones that are risky, but I think will start anyway, are Laporte. I think you can keep him in. Ulrich, you could still keep him in because you still have Mendy on the bench. So that is not a huge problem. So you have 3 or 4 problems in that team. Azpilicueta, Bernardo Silva, Mahrez, Cancelo. Actually 5. I think Pino as well. So what I would do, let me assume you have 3 transfers. What I would do first, I would take out, for me, I took out Mahrez, so I'd still take out, I haven't made any transfers. I would take out Mahrez and then go for, how many Bayern players do you have? You already have 4 Bayern players, so that is out for you. I'd take out Mahrez and bring in Havertz or Ziyech. That is the 2 players I was trying to decide from Chelsea, Havertz or Ziyech. So whoever is your cup of tea, I think they'll both start the Champions League next week. So either Ziyech or Havertz. Ziyech is cheaper instead of Mahrez. That could be a fast transfer. As you've seen, I've kept Bernardo Silva, so you can keep him as well. Cancelo has to go out, and then you have to go for a defender of your choice. You have to go for another Chelsea defender because Azpilicueta is currently injured. So you have to go for another Chelsea defender. I know you still have Mendy, but I would probably take out Cancelo, bring in Rudiger, take out Mahrez, and bring in Havertz or Ziyech, whoever you prefer. And then maybe I'd ride out the risk with Laporte. I'd ride out the risk with Bernardo Silva and Ulrich as well. So the third one, if you have enough money remaining in your bank, maybe you can make those transfers fast, relaxing central, and then come back and tell me how your team is looking. So Mahrez out, Cancelo out for a Chelsea defender and for a Chelsea midfielder. I also think Madrid will lose. I don't think they'll lose. I think they'll draw the second leg, which means by PSG will go through because of aggregate. That Mbappe goal in the 90th minute was damaging, I think. We are missing 2 key midfielders, Kroos and Casemiro. Casemiro is suspended, right? and one key defender, Mendy. But last match he played well, so I hope we win. I mean, if PSG play like the way they played over the weekend and Real Madrid play like they played over the weekend, then Real Madrid will win. Madrid will win that one. So hopefully, I'm hoping we see a good game. I think we'll get goals in this one. I think I've gone for a 2-2. So that's what I'm thinking. Other options you could go for, let's see from these games. Man City, I think Jesus and Sterling will start. If you want to take the risk with Sterling, Sterling could start as well, relaxing central if you want to take the risk with Sterling. Now, Man United and Atletico Madrid, man, I'm not sure. That's why I've not gone for any of their players. Both teams are too over the place. Ajax, Benfica, you could add another Ajax player like the likes of Anthony or someone. Chelsea defender, midfielder, you need them in your team. Juventus, Villarreal. I don't think there's any Juventus defender I'd go for because I don't think any of their defenders has played 5 games in a row. Every time I watch Juventus, either Sandro is playing or is injured, either Bonucci is playing or is out, either Chiellini is out or is playing. Like there's a lot of guessing with them. Thank you for the tips, but United will still get the top 4. He'll know Ocean is going to get. Sorry to the Man United fans, but I actually think Tottenham will finish ahead as well. Satoru says, pray to Jesus, not to Gabriel, that we win. I mean, I think you can hope for both, you know. We need both Jesus to perform, Satoru. You need Jesus to perform the miracles, and you need Gabriel Jesus to also perform a miracle on the pitch. Raf, is it Raf? Is it Raf? Raf? The second one is definitely Ezin, right? Ezin. Sula, so that's another name I always have trouble saying anyway, Sula. So Sula is good. I think he is, but I actually think Salzburg will score again. That's why I've gone for 3-1. So I wouldn't really go for any Bayern defenders. I usually say yes to Kimmich because Kimmich plays in midfield. He takes corners, he takes free kicks. So I wouldn't go for any Bayern defenders. I think the other defenders you could go for. Chelsea defenders. If you're going for Bayern defender, maybe Pavard. I don't know if you have the money to go for Pavard because he's going to attack. I don't think they'll keep a clean sheet, so hopefully you can get someone like a Pavard who can get attacking returns. He scored in the last league game, so yeah. So if he can't score, then you can go for him. But I think they'll not keep a clean sheet. But obviously, it's cheaper than the likes of Pavard. Let me just confirm that. Let's go to Bayern. I've not really considered any Bayern players this fixture. I think I thought Salzburg will score home and away. Bayern. Let's go to the defenders from Bayern. Harvard would be my option. 5.7, 5.6. Surely you can get to 5.7. Let me confirm something here. Let me see how many recovery points Sol has gotten this season. 30 balls recovered, 9 points. 4 clean sheets. And Pavard has gotten 31 balls recovered. So he's recovered more balls than him. He's also picked up 1 assist. 530 minutes played. Sola, 430 minutes played. So you could go for Sola if you think he'll do a better job, but personally, I would go for Pavard because he plays as a right wing back, and he can get an attacking return. So Kimmich is too overboard. He's 6.8. So for him, it's a bit too overboard for this match day. About the same. So for me, I'd go for Pavard. Depends if you prefer. Both of them will start. So up to you. If you prefer the center back, you think he's going to score from a corner or something. For me, I'd go for Pavard. I usually prefer the right backs and the left backs. Both good options. By the way, hit the like button if enjoying the content. We are so close to 1,000 subscribers. So in case you're new, any subscription will definitely be appreciated. We are 1 hour from less than 1 hour before we get the team news. Oh yeah, this is the earliest I've ever made my transfers, by the way. The league code is on screen as well in case you haven't joined the league. The direct link is in the description. Pretty interesting though. So some will go for Bayern defenders, some will go for Real Madrid defenders. The likes of Militao could get recovery points. Some will go for Chelsea defenders. Really depends. For me, I'm happy with my team. That's what I'm going for. Also, you need to get your captaincy right. So if Lewandowski scores a hat-trick, then perfect start. Because for the people who don't captain Lewandowski, you can gain an advantage on them. If I can get another week like this, 109 points, I'd be very, very happy. So Bayern, I think the Bayern team you can predict. I think Salzburg team you can predict. I think Liverpool's team today, I don't know if it's going to be Diaz, Jota, Mane, depends. Inter Milan, I think you can predict that team. So you're going to go for one now on this one. Christensen and Riediger. Satoru Christensen, I've not seen Christensen playing for like 5 games now. So definitely not on Christensen. I think he's still injured. Even if he wasn't, I don't think they'll start him in that crucial Champions League game. I think they'll start him against like a Newcastle in the Premier League. I have Tiago Silva on the bench. Hopefully don't have Mendy as well. So you can go for both Rudiger and Tiago Silva. The good thing with these Chelsea defenders is that they can score goals. In fact, they usually score goals every week. It's usually either James or Rudiger or Tiago Silva. Arnell says if you pick a Bayern defender, hope for an attacking return. Doubt they will keep a clean sheet. I definitely agree with that. Also, there's just so many attacking players. Don't know if defenders will score. Chances are low. Yeah, if I was to pick 4 Bayern players, and yes, I do currently have their goalkeeper there, but it's because there's no way I can take him anyway, so I'll just leave him there for the save points or anything else. And if he doesn't score anything above 5 points, I'll take him out for Donnarumma. So yeah, if I was going for 4 Bayern players, it would be Lewandowski, Sane, Coman, and maybe a Gnabry. I'll go all out attack because I still feel they'll get 3 goals. And if Lewandowski scores, there's someone who's going to assist him. It's going to be one of those players. So I actually think this week where I got 109 points, I had a lot of Bayern players. Let me just confirm. I had Sane, Kimmich, and Lewandowski. There's a time I had Gnabry. Let me just check. Yeah, this was the week I had Lewandowski and Gnabry before I knew Sane was a better option than Gnabry that week. I was so gutted. I think Sane scored from a free kick that week. So I've owned Gnabry this week. He scored 9 points the time I owned him. I've owned Lewandowski throughout. Sane got me 10 points the time Lewandowski got me 36 points. It's been great so far. It's been great so far. So hopefully the Bayern players keep delivering. I don't think they'll go out. If Bayern go out to the Champions League, that is a shock. So this time I've gone for 3 Bayern players, and the goalkeeper, I don't really count him a lot anyway. Thank you for all the questions, by the way. Arnold, Satoru, Ezin, Relaxing Central, Dravidan, Peter, only taking W's, Sina, Penguin, Nile, Vake. Thank you all for tuning in. And will Bernardo Silva play? I'm going to say 40% of that happening. So I have him in my team, but I don't think he will play. This is my predicted lineup, Ezin, if you're just joined. These are the players I think will start for City. Ederson, Stones, Laporte, Zinchenko, and a youngster at the back. Gundogan, Fernandinho, Grealish in midfield, Sterling, Jesus, Palmer up front. That is what I think he will go for. Obviously, I'm not Guardiola. I could make 1, 2, maybe even 6 mistakes there. He could decide to go for the full strength team to get another 5 goals. That is the team I expect City to start with. So, yeah, that excludes my player, Bernardo Silva, who I currently have. And yes, they could decide not to go for Palmer and start with either Bernardo Silva or Mahrez. We are really guessing here. Basically, we are guessing because they've already scored 5 goals. So who will he start with? I think Gundogan will start. I think Jesus will start. I think Fernandinho will definitely start. I took out Mahrez and took in Coman. Could take Gnabry, but Coman is a better option. Yeah, Coman is only owned by 3%, so it scores in a very, very good place. I think that is a great option. definitely think that is a great option. And as I said, if Lewandowski scores, there's someone who's going to assist him. And Coman scored in the first leg. So Stanley did get a lot of chances in the first leg, 2 or 3, which the goalkeeper saved. So Danjuma, is it? Why I hadn't seen this as in Danjuma, is it worth? Now, for me, Danjuma was worth it in the group stage. I think right now going to Juventus, I wouldn't really go for him personally. I wouldn't really go for him. Again, a very hard question is in Jorginho Kante will play for Chelsea. The problem with that is if the Chelsea are playing today or tomorrow, I would answer that question, but Chelsea are not playing until next week. They have a Premier League game on Thursday, and they have another Premier League game on Sunday. So a lot can happen in those 2 games. So it would be guessing. It would really be guessing who's going to start. I know you're going for the cheaper midfielder. I'd still go for Jorginho because if he starts, even if he plays for 30 minutes and they get a penalty, he'll still get points. So I'd still go for Jorginho. Satoru says the problem is, but the one who's guaranteed to start is Kante. Kante will definitely start in the Champions League. Satoru says the problem with City is they have lots of midfielders, so Pep can't choose anyone. Yeah, but the good thing is that they've scored 5 goals. So someone like De Bruyne will definitely not play for sure. I mean, if he plays, I'd be very surprised if he starts. So it's between Bernardo Silva and Mahrez, one of them to start instead of Palmer. It could be. But Bernardo Silva has been playing all the Premier League games. The Champions League, not all of them, are in the FA Cup. So let's wait and see. This midfield is tough to make changes. Current team is this match day, not midfield. This match day is tough to make changes. Current team is Vlacho. Still have Vlacho, Benfica. Ulrich, TAA. That's Trent, Rudiger, Tiago Silva, Laporte, Cancelo, Sane, Salah, Mahrez, Danjuma, Jorginho, Lewandowski, Vlahovic, and Haller. So from that team, I think you do have a better team than most people in terms of players starting. The only worry is the Man City players. Trent will start, Rudiger will start, Thiago Silva will start, Laporte could start, Cancelo is out. Sane will start, Salah will start, Mahrez, 70% he won't start. Danjuma will probably start, but will he score against Juventus? The thing is, right now, if you have a lot of players who might not start, all you need really is a player who's going to start. Just forget the points first. Just get a player who's going to get you at least 2 points instead of 0. Danjuma, Jorginho, Lewandowski, Vlahovic, Haller. So from that one, the players I could take out, Mahrez, and I mean, Ulrich. If Ulrich doesn't play, Vlacho, I think Vlacho will concede like 3 goals against Ajax. So be ready for 1 point or 2 points there from Vlacho. So if you have the luxury and you have a transfer, because you can't save a transfer until the next match day, you have to use all your 3 transfers right now. If you have a spare transfer, you can take out one of the goalkeepers and bring in. You already have 2 Chelsea defenders. You could bring in. Let me see which team you can probably go for. I mean, Courtois is expensive. Donnarumma is expensive. I don't know. De Gea makes a lot of saves. He'll not get your clean sheet. And I don't think there's a lot of good goalkeepers for this match day, but you could just go for any other goalkeeper instead of Vlacho and Ulrich. Not taking chances, better to switch to Coman. Satoru has had enough. He's not taking chances with Pep, not at all. I have Mendy in goal, so no worries for me. Yeah, Mendy will definitely start, but they do have 2 games between now and that game, so tough. Azin says, what about Idrissi Gana Gay? Now, one thing is guaranteed in that game, Azin, I think that he'll definitely pick up a yellow card. I think that game will be feisty. So that is already minus 1 point. I think that game will be a lot feisty. So let me know your midfield budget. It's looking like you're looking for a cheaper midfielder. Since you said Idrissi Gana Gay, you said Jorginho, Kante. Let's get you a cheaper midfielder. I'm seeing the kind of midfielder you're looking for. Usually we would say the Ajax midfielder Alvarez, but let's see. I'm seeing the kind of midfielder you're looking for. Let's sort this out. Up to 7 million. Capu is a good option. Now, I'll show you guys something in case you didn't watch my last video to help out Ezin, so I appreciate those questions. The projected points for midfielders. Here are the projected points for the midfielders. So I know it's not 100% clear, but I'll just read it for you in case you can't see. If you're watching on the phone, it might not be 100% clear. So as you can see, Capu at the very bottom, they're expecting Capu to pick up 7.6 points. That a lot of that will come from recovery points. So Capu is expected to get 7.6. So if you're looking for a midfielder, according to the Champions League app, Capu could be a very good option for this week. Danjuma is also on that list in terms of cheaper midfielders, and yeah, all the others are very expensive. So Capu and Danjuma are all good options. Danjuma will not get you recovery points, but Capu will. Capu will definitely get you recovery points. So let me show you. Let's go to Capu. He has also scored goals and assisted. I was so surprised. 2 goals, 2 assists this season, 43 balls recovered, which has gotten him 12 points. So if he gets an assist, just an assist, expect him to get player of the match because he'll get a lot of recovery points as well. So if you're looking for like a 6.77 million kind of midfielder as in, you can choose between Capu and Danjuma, and Capu is expected to score a lot of points this match day. So you could go for him. How do you feel about Arsenal becoming top 4 and qualify for the Champions League this season? That was not the target this season. The target was just to get top 6, really. So top 4 is just a bonus. But the position where Arsenal have gotten themselves right now with the fixtures, I've confirmed the Man United fixtures and the Arsenal fixtures. The Arsenal fixtures are easier, and Arsenal have 3 games in hand. That would be big. Now, I've always seen people saying, why are Arsenal going? Why do Arsenal need to go to the Champions League? Why do Roma need to go to the Champions League? Why are Villarreal even in the Champions League? It helps a lot, man. The reason why Vlahovic didn't even consider going to Arsenal is because Arsenal don't have Champions League football, first of all. The money, it definitely helps you. And you might get more players than what United and Tottenham will get. So Champions League is a huge, huge bonus, man. And I can also be on these shows talking about Arsenal, Satoru. That would be amazing. As in, yeah, I'm thinking of cheap midfielders. I think Capu is great. Thanks, mate, for your help. No problem, as in, no problem at all. Since I live in India, all the matches are a day later. Yeah, so it's what time is it there? I guess it's already 9th March or somewhere close to 9th March. Yeah, by the time the games are kicking off, it's already like 3 a.m. or something. Which city in India, by the way? So I'm happy my team, nothing else is changing. The thing that I wouldn't advise anyone to do is maybe don't take hits. If you don't make 4 transfers and you're only allowed 3 transfers, I don't think it's worth it in the Champions League. This is definitely not FPL where you can take hits and bring in double game week players or anything. The Champions League, do many of you, obviously, I think all of you probably play FPL anyway. So I used to do FPL content, but obviously doing the Champions League content, my other channel content, like it becomes so hard to do everything together. So I might bring back the Fantasy Premier League videos very, very soon. Nearly 12 a.m., so it's late. Anel says goalkeepers are too expensive. Yep, Courtois, Donnarumma, and you have to be lucky as well. Like if you go for Courtois and then he saves a penalty, that is very lucky. All good ones over 6 million. Might switch Cancelo to Reece James. Not a bad option. Yes, I know 3 Chelsea defenders might be crazy. It's not crazy, but it's only crazy because they play on the final day. That's why it is crazy, because if they concede 2 goals, then you're stuck with them in your team. If let's say they were playing today and you play all 3 of them and they don't perform, then you can just take them out for someone else. So that's the only reason why it's crazy, because it's on the final day. If Lille score, it becomes a problem. Cancelo for Rudiger, great. Mahrez for Havertz, great. The last transfer is maybe Pino, Paulinho, Spilicueta for someone I don't know. So you can't carry any transfers relaxing central, so you have to make it right now because you can't carry it to the next match. I don't know why they changed that. They should allow you to carry one transfer to the next round. Pino, Paulinho, or Spilicueta, I'd probably take out Spilicueta, to be fair, and replace him with another Chelsea defender. That means 3 Chelsea defenders for you. Or you could go for someone like a Zinchenko. You could go for Zinchenko instead of Spilicueta if you're feeling a bit more brave. Match starts at 1:30 a.m. Crazy. I have 1,700 points in FPL right now. That means you're very high. How many points do you have in FPL? I captained Watkins this match day, and I was so happy when he scored after 5 minutes. And then the likes of Coutinho outscored him, and it was back to reality. My FPL this season has been great. The only person who has totally destroyed my team is Cristiano Ronaldo. That's why you're not hearing me talking about Man United players. It has damaged me in FPL. I am not letting them damage me in the Champions League as well. I've had him since the start of the season, and he went like 7 games without scoring. It was painful. So in the Champions League, yes, he usually scores against Atletico Madrid. Yes, he usually scores against the Champions League and against Atletico Madrid a lot. So he could still score. I have 1,700 points. Let me see how many points I have. I have 1,704, so just above you. I'm 330k. Why I'm saying that is because I was 50k in January, but because Ronaldo kept blanking and Kane kept scoring, and who else? Oh, some people had Lacazette. He always assists every single game, so I did Reece James. You had Reece James in the last match. Got 18 points. I was watching that Chelsea-Burnley game. It was painful. Man United fans be like, why must we suffer? I think they kind of deserve it, man. There's a time United were very good, so I think it is their time to suffer a bit. There's a time, it pains me to say, but there's a time they are very good. The Rooney days, the Tevez, Berbatov days, every time like a Newcastle went there, Champions League, they used to get to final after final, so I think it's their time to suffer right now. I don't know if there's any team news that has come out yet. I don't think so. So any other questions you guys have for your teams? I think everyone's team is about to be ready now. So what I'm expecting from these players, I'm expecting Haller to score at least 1 goal. Expecting Lewandowski to get at least a goal and an assist. I expect Jesus to get a goal. Havertz at least an assist. Sane at least an assist. Bernardo Silva, just play. That's all I'm asking. Just start the game. I'm not asking for anything else. Just start the game. Mohamed Salah, I'm expecting at least an assist. Alexander-Arnold, a clean sheet. I think Inter Milan will score. So I guess I'll say an assist or something. Laporte, maybe a clean sheet. Mazwari, just play as well. Just recover in time and play. Rudiger, Jorginho on my bench. So the next match day, you have 5 transfers. So if you already have City players, Bayern players, Chelsea players, you're all good. For me, I've gone for the players I expect are also going to go through to the next round. That's why you can see Liverpool players, City, Ajax, Bayern. The only players that I have that I expect to go out, Moreno, Villarreal, and Donnarumma is 50-50. He could easily go through today. Today or tomorrow. See. I changed the Spilicueta to Christensen. I have now 2 Chelsea defenders, Rudiger and Christensen. Will Christensen play? Well, I don't remember the last time Christensen played a game. What I'd do with that, if you have Christensen in your team, fine, no problem. But on that Wednesday before Chelsea play, don't make any subs quickly, like take out one of your players who got 3 points and then bring in Christensen. I'd wait for the team news that day. And then if Christensen starts, you bring him in. If he doesn't, you just leave him on the bench. If you already have anyone who scored 0 points in your team, then you can take him out and just bring in Christensen. Doesn't matter, 0 points and 0 points. The best Chelsea players to own right now in terms of defense, I think, are Rudiger and James. Chalobah has been playing well, so that's why I'm not sure that Christensen is going to start. So we have to wait and see. Satoru says team sheets come on out before the match. For the league games, yeah, for the Champions League, it usually comes out like right now. We are like 20 minutes away from it coming. So at least usually not exactly 1 hour before the game, like 1 hour 20 minutes before the game. So they give you 20 minutes earlier than what you would get from like the Premier League or the La Liga. That's when the team news comes. So which team are you looking for? Bayern. I'm pretty sure I can guess which players are going to start for Bayern. Liverpool is the one I'm not sure whether it's going to be Mane or Diaz or Jota. It's going to be hard one. But some teams, like I think it was Sporting or Real Madrid, one of those teams put out their team 2 hours before last week. James didn't play last Champions League. He was injured. Do you think he'll play against Lille? I think he will play against Lille. It's very tough because they have Norwich on Thursday and they have Newcastle over the weekend, so they still have 2 Premier League games before then. So it's a bit it's risky, but I think he will be rested for one of those games. Then he will play the Champions League. I have Lewandowski, Sane, Coman, Kimmich. I'll tell you what you have, Satoru. You have a beast, points, 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 points. That's all I can see from that list. You have 4 players who I'm expecting to all deliver points. I seriously think Coman is going to score. I was about to bring in Coman instead of Havertz, but I just decided to keep Havertz. Sometimes it's not advisable to just go pile up on 2 teams, and then if they don't score, your week is done. I think Coman is a very good option, only owned by 3%, so it can only go well for you. It can only go well for you. I don't know if I've sorted out my predictions. Let me just check my predictions. And see, wait, what am I trying to look for? The gaming. Hope you guys have joined the league. By the way, I went through the league before. I don't know if any of you can see your name on this list. The top 5 the top 2 are the ones who have passed 600 points. I think top in the world is like 650, so Hanaf is not that far from them. The base. The direct link is in the description. I'm currently 80th. I'm in the league, but 80th is 30 points behind 25th. So my plan is to finish in the top 20 in this Everything Football League. And I'm hoping to get at least where in the world am I right now? Where's the world rankings? Let's go back to leagues. 43K in the world. So I'm hoping to get at least above 10K, which is very possible because right now, between now and the end of the season, it's all about strategy as well. All about strategy. Let me take the last few comments. It's good to talk one-on-one with you. Really gives me the confidence. No problem, Satori. I appreciate it. That's the best thing I love about doing YouTube and doing like Champions League fantasy content. Right now, like how many people do we have playing Champions League fantasy? 1.5 million. And I think FPL is 8 million. In the next 5 years, I can see that getting to like 20 million. So there'll be a lot more like people to talk to, people to meet in this space. It's going to grow bigger and bigger. So doing YouTube, that's the best thing I love about that. So I'm happy I came across your channel. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I'm 44th in your league. Let me just check. I mean, this is the Wild League. If I was to look for you in this Wild League, we would be here until next, like tomorrow. Everything football. Let's see, 44th. Okay, 44th. What's your team name? Satoru, what's your team name? 44th. There's 3 people who are 44th at the moment, so a bit hard. What player do you think is best for captaincy in Bayern? Sane, Lewandowski? Lewandowski, 100%, because he's the most. A lot of people own him. If you captain someone else and Lewandowski scores a hat trick, you're in trouble. And he's also on penalties, and he's also the second top scorer after Haaland. And Lewandowski is Lewandowski. Relaxing central. You want a picture of Lewandowski? Lewandowski is Lewandowski. He'll always score goals. Lewandowski is Lewandowski. I think this is the one guy I really trust. Absolutely trust. Like, I know he's going to score. Like, when he didn't score against Salzburg last week, I was quite surprised. But he's the guy that I always trust. 19K in the world. Chicken winger. Okay. Arnold says switching Jorginho to Musiala if he starts and Mahrez to Sterling. That's good. Yeah, you can wait for the Bayern team news to see if he starts. Then you could. That's a good option. But for me, I've already made all my 3 transfers. Let's just wait for the team news. It should come out in the next 10 minutes or 15. Chicken winger. Let's go back to chicken winger. Got this. Last time he got 86 points. You had Alai, you had Alvarez, Mahrez as captain, Capo. So you already have Capo in your team. So great. Salah, Tiago Silva, Trent, Cancelo, Laporte. You went heavy on City like I did. I actually went for 4 City players. I added in Bernardo Silva and that, and he got me 19 points. I took out Kimmich from my team because he was too expensive. The only way I could get in so many City players was to sacrifice Kimmich. That's why I didn't go for him last time out. Tiago Silva, 10 points was something special for you there. Vinicius, I think Vinicius this time will get you the points. Sane, Lewandowski, Vlacho. I think your team is good. And you said, which transfers have you made again? It's so hard to remember. I have Lewandowski, Coman, Kimmich, and Sane. So meaning you've brought in Sane and Coman. I know you already had Sane, so that means you brought in Coman. You took out Mahrez, yeah, right? You took out Mahrez for Coman. And then who else? Who else did you bring in? Mendy in goal. I have Mendy in goal. Yeah, you already had Mendy in goal there. Actually, this team doesn't have that much to change apart from the Man City players like Cancelo, Mahrez, and I'd literally be happy with the rest of the team, honestly. But the problem is you kind of have to make all 3 transfers because you can't carry in any other player, any other transfer. Can't carry any transfer to the next round. Yes, you can. Relaxing Central. The link is in the description, and the code is also in the description as well. The first link in the description should take you there. Mahrez to Coman, Vinicius to Benzema. Maybe that is the transfer I wouldn't have made. Vinicius to Benzema. I think both of them will just get almost a similar number of points. But Benzema is on penalty, so it could work out for you. And Cancelo to Rudiger. So perfect. Your team is good for me. Your team is good. There's something I forgot to check. I wanted to check what's the highest points you've gotten. 62, 63, 63. How did you manage to get 62, 63, 63 in consecutive weeks? That's some. I've never seen such a weird pattern. That is unless that means like the players you had were scoring the similar number of points throughout. And then I hate getting 99 points. Just 1 point to get 100. 78. So the highest you've gotten is 99. I don't think people will get to 99 this week because of the rotation. I think the highest people will get this week is like 85, 90 there. So yeah, not bad for your team. The team should be coming out soon. I'm 31st place. Let's just check. Yeah, I can tell you've joined because it has now jumped to 190. Usually FPL don't do that. They usually wait until the next week to update it. So first of all, we have 4 people who are who are at 31st place. So ask Dravidan, it's definitely not you. What's your team name? Relaxing Central. There are 4 people in that first place. Krilla CS7. Is it Krilla? Krillas. Krill. Interesting name anyway. It's Krilla Shababs. Interesting name. CR7. Ironically, you don't have Ronaldo in your team. He played a back 5 last time. Solid defense. No one is passing through that. Bernardo Silva, you had Bernardo Silva. So he literally had the same headache as me. Bernardo Silva, Mahrez, Cancelo, Laporte. He had the exact head. That is the 4 players I had as well. I didn't have Danjuma. I didn't have Azpilicueta. I didn't have Kimmich. I didn't have Pino. I also didn't have Mendy. So over here, again, just like all of us, the problem you'd have had is Cancelo, Bernardo Silva, Mahrez, and for you, Azpilicueta as well, because Azpilicueta is currently injured. Maybe we'll be back by next week. We have to wait and see. So for me, I would have taken out Azpilicueta for another Chelsea defender. I'd have taken out Cancelo for another Chelsea defender to make it 2. So even if one doesn't play, you still have the other one as well. And I've probably taken out Mahrez for maybe a Chelsea midfielder, as I told you earlier. So makes sense. Makes sense. So you said you've let me see what you said you've done to your team. I changed Azpilicueta to Christensen. I have 2 Chelsea defenders now. Yeah, exactly that. So even if Christensen doesn't play, you still have Rudiger, and you have Mendy anyway in your team. So nothing to worry about at all there. Nothing to worry about. Good team, man. So as always, the plan is next week after Wednesday, I will be doing a match reaction, like a match day reaction as always. Still have more content though throughout the week. Thank you. I really appreciate what you do. No problem, and I appreciate it as well. Good luck, everyone, in this match day. So I just realized that I currently have the wrong phone. I don't have the phone that I have that has Twitter. So let me just give me 10 seconds. We are back. We can now check Twitter. Let's see which teams are out and which teams aren't. Thank you to the people who have subscribed during this stream. I appreciate it as well. We are now like 160 away from 1,000. Which team are we worried about? Let's check Bayern Munich. That's the first one you should be checking. Bayern Munich. FC Bayern. Is their team news out yet? Nope, not yet. Bayern have not yet released their team. Which other team are you? I don't think many of you have Salzburg players anyway. Which team are you looking for? You're looking for Liverpool. Check Liverpool. Liverpool's team is out already, so they've put it out 15 minutes earlier. Salah, Jota, and Mane start up front. They have Jones, Fabinho, and Tiago in midfield. They have Robertson, Van Dijk, Matip, and Alexander-Arnold at the back, and Alisson. So Salah and Alexander-Arnold start for those who have them. For me, I have them. On the bench, Diaz, Tsimikas, Elliott, Origi, Minamino, Keita, Gomez, Milner, and many others. Chamberlain and many others. Let's just check Inter Milan. Inter Milan have put out their team as well. Handanovic, Skriniar, De Vrij, Bastoni, Dumfries, Vidal, Brozovic, Chananoglu. I love saying that name. I know people have problems saying that name, but I love it, man. Chananoglu, Perisic, Alexis Sanchez, and Lautaro Martinez. I think they will get a goal. I think today they'll get a goal. So we might not get a clean sheet from Liverpool. So the only team not to have put out the squad is Bayern Munich. Let's just wait for Bayern's team. Who can keep clean sheets? Very good question. Obviously, we are saying Bayern won't keep a clean sheet, but Bayern can obviously keep a clean sheet. For me, if you tell me to choose 3 teams that can keep clean sheets, Juventus, 1, Chelsea, 2, Manchester City, 3. Those are the 3 teams I'm going to go for to keep clean sheets. I think Juventus could easily win this one 1-0. I think Chelsea could win it 1-0 this time. I think Ajax and Benfica will be like a 3-1, a 3-2. That will be a high-scoring game. Man United, Atletico Madrid. I mean, if you tip Man United, Atletico Madrid to keep a clean sheet right now, you're very brave. The number of goals Atletico Madrid have conceded in the last 5 games and the number of goals that United have conceded in the last 5 games could be like close to 100 goals put together. Man City and Sporting, Man City could easily keep a clean sheet. Real Madrid, PSG, I think both teams will score. Liverpool, Inter Milan, I think both teams will score. Bayern, Salzburg, I think both teams will score. Chelsea, Liverpool may keep clean sheets. I think Liverpool, I think Inter Milan will score this time, Sacho, because they're really going to attack. So I think they could keep it. But obviously, if Liverpool keep a clean sheet, I'd not be surprised at all. But that would be a disaster if Liverpool beat AC Milan home and away and beat Inter Milan home and away. So Bayern is the last team we are waiting for to put out their team. They're definitely taking their sweet time. Their stadium looks amazing though. Muller is another guy people never consider, but if Muller starts, I'm telling you, he scores easily. Yeah, Inter will score, I agree. They'll definitely score. Satoru says, fun question, what did you have for pizza? For pizza, I've already answered the question. For dinner, pizza. That is what I had, pizza. What is your favorite pizza? That is what I had. And now you just reminded me there is some left over, so maybe I need to finish the stream immediately. And by the way, if you don't like pineapple on pizza, I think you're the problem. I don't think the pizza is the problem. I think you are the problem. So just buy in Steam and then we can call it a day. And hopefully, I had a burger. I absolutely love burgers, man. Absolutely double decker burgers, triple decker burgers. Yeah, sometimes you eat too much of that kind of food. It becomes a problem. It becomes a problem. I think I need to reduce on the. Let's use fries since that's what everyone recognizes. If we say chips, other people call crisps chips. So let's just use fries, pizza, burgers. It's been a while since I ate hot dogs though, but I am super addicted to chocolate donuts. I am super addicted to chocolate donuts. Super addicted. Like it's bad. Like donuts and pizza, I'm super addicted. It's not even healthy. Super addicted. I like pineapple on pizza, to be honest. Yeah, if you don't like pineapple on pizza, I think you're the problem. I had pizza too, as in, look at that. Which kind of pizza are we talking about here? Which kind of pizza are we talking about? I'm telling you, someone who just tunes to this video right now is like, what the hell? I thought you're talking about Champions League fantasy. Why the hell are you talking about pizza? Because when you're watching the games, you have to eat something. So Satoru says, well, we will eventually die one day, so why not eat to our heart's content? Satoru is a clever man. Satoru is a clever guy. Rishab says, is Mbappe a good choice now, or shall I go for two mid-range midfielders? Who are the mid-range midfielders? I tried to look at PSG's midfielders. There's none that really stands out for me. I know Di Maria could start. I know Wijnaldum might start, might not start. I know I'd still go for Mbappe. I'd still go for Mbappe. That would be my option. Mbappe is the guy. I love pepperoni pizza. Look at them, both of them at the same time. I can tell you Satoru and Ezin have never met, but both of them have said pepperoni pizza at the same time. Satoru and Ezin, maybe you need to meet. Maybe you need to meet right away. Di Maria wasn't good the past few games. I don't think he's been good the last couple of years, to be fair. There's a time he was amazing. Real Madrid days. I don't know why Bayern is taking so much time to put out their team news. Yeah, pizza is a thing. Pizza is a thing, especially on the Champions League nights. Absolutely. I usually don't overeat and overdrink before streams as well. It's not advisable. If you're doing 2-hour streams, don't be drinking a lot and eating a lot. Drink water. Drink water. Water is healthy. As Satoru said, yes, we don't know how long we're going to be here, but it's good to drink water, Satoru. Bayern are taking their sweet time to put out their team news. Lewandowski will definitely start, though. I kind of feel bad our legend to be in a bad phase with United. That is Ronaldo, right? United say Ronaldo is their legend and not Madrid's legend. Ezin says we are synchronized bros forever. Absolutely. Pepperoni pizza. Pepperoni pizza for all of you. Satoru, save water, drink beer. Interesting. You know, I want to know another interesting fact. I prefer water on that list. Rishab says Jesus will start. Are you sure? You can never be sure with Guardiola's team, but out of all those City players, is the one I'm going to say I'm 90% sure. He didn't play the other day in the Manchester derby. He did play in the FA Cup game before that. He didn't play in the league game before that. So I think he's definitely going to start in this one. And I expect De Bruyne to be rested. I expect Foden to be rested. I expect Myers to be rested. And since Rishab is just joining, that is my predicted lineup for Man City on screen right now. That is the players I think will start for City. And I think if he starts, he's going to run riot as well, hopefully. I'm not sure why Bayern are taking ages to put out their team. Like, we already know you're going to win. So, okay, their team is out now. Neuer is the goalkeeper. So already my goalkeeper is X. So I guess I can just make that change right now. I don't have to because Donnarumma is playing tomorrow. So you never know. Ulrich could end up coming on for 1 minute. So I'll just leave him there. So I'm already one player down. My goalkeeper is not playing. Pavard, Sola, Upamecano, Lucas Hernandez, Kimmich, Musiala is starting. So someone wanted to bring in Musiala. There you go. Sane, Muller, Coman, Lewandowski. So Gnabry is not starting. Gnabry is not starting. So you have Sane, Muller, Lewandowski. For Salzburg, we have Adeyemi, Adamu, Sewald, Aronson, Capaldo, Kamara, Olma, Voba, Solet, Christensen, and Korn. Those are the teams. I also do, but I'm 20 years old. Only legal age to drink in my country is 21. So you're doing legal things, Satoru. Don't worry, Satoru. Most of us are just in the 20s as well. Bayern lineup is out, yeah. So Neuer, Pavard, Sola, Upamecano, Hernandez, Kimmich, Musiala, Sane, Muller, Coman, and Lewandowski. So that's the Bayern team. So I'm already down in terms of goalkeeper. I can't take a minus for a goalkeeper. So I'll just, Donnarumma means Donnarumma will play for me tomorrow against Real Madrid. There is already one player down. I'll just leave Ulrich there for the sake of it, because it doesn't really matter if I take him out right now or tomorrow. I wasn't expecting a clean sheet anyway, so let me type in the Bayern team. Bayern lineup. Oh, he's back so quickly. Just had a surgery the other day. It's so quick. Neuer, Pavard. I'd go for Pavard for the one who was asking about Pamecano and Pavard. Pamecano, Hernandez. How long is Alphonso Davies out for? Has he recovered from the heart problem he had? Sane, Muller. I know they spell Muller with an extra E in the middle, but it takes a lot of characters. So you have the Bayern lineup scrolling down the bottom. So that's Neuer, Pavard, Sola, Pamecano, Hernandez, Musiala, Sane, Muller, Coman. Others. It feels like I've left someone out. Yeah, it comes so. I left Kimmich out. Just type in Kimmich. They don't make no mistake about it. Bayern can play with 10 men and still win, by the way. They don't have to play with all 11. That is the Bayern team. Salzburg team is gone. And I don't know if many of you care about the Salzburg team anyway. But Christensen starts, Ole starts, Boba starts, Olma starts, Mara starts, Aldo, Aronson. Thank you guys for tuning in case you haven't subscribed. Really appreciate it if you do. Sewald, Adamu, and Ade Emi. We have the Salzburg team as well. Liverpool, Mane, Salah, and out up front. Any other questions? I will answer them for the next 10 minutes. So you have the Bayern lineup and the Salzburg lineups going down the bottom. He will concede. He will concede. I know. I definitely know he'll concede. All I'm hoping for from my goalkeepers this week is like 2 or 3 points, nothing much. So the final minutes, let me show you in case you didn't check out my other video for the build-up. In terms of strikers who are expected to score a lot this week, Lewandowski is expected to get 8.7 points. Halle is expected to get the same. Mbappe 8.5, Ronaldo 8.2. Tadic is expected to get 8.1. Benzema is expected to get 7.9. Messi 7.7. Lahovic 7.4. Adeyemi is expected to get 7.4. Gabriel Jesus is expected to get 7.3. And yeah, those are the strikers. Those are the strikers in terms of expected points. So as you can see, Lewandowski is at the top. Midfielders already went through midfielders. Defenders, Virgil van Dijk is expected to get the most, 8.2. Tiago Silva, Cancelo is now out, so ignore that. Alaba, Andy Robertson, Mazraoui, Rudiger, Trent, Delete, all expected to get something between 7 points and 8 points. For the goalkeepers, because someone asked which goalkeeper is going to keep a clean sheet, Edouard Mendy is basically the only goalkeeper who's expected to keep a clean sheet. Maybe the Ederson. Probably the Ederson. Really start, really not start. Alisson Beck, I really doubt they'll keep a clean sheet. I think Inter Milan will score, and I think PSG will score against Courtois. And I think Salzburg could score against Neuer. So Those are the projected points. So yeah, let's take a. I got it from a verified account. Anil says, "Are you sure that's the Bayern lineup?" I got it from a verified account on Twitter. So if they had it wrong, I'm not sure. I didn't see it from the Bayern official team because I didn't put it out. Oh yeah, the tweet has been deleted. Guess what? That verified account has now deleted. Let me just show you. So you're right. Yeah, they made a mistake. Where is it? Let me just come to the bigger screen. So they literally made a mistake. The tweet has been deleted. So yeah, you're actually right. Thank you for that. They lied to us, and it's a verified account as well. Totally useless. Let me confirm that from the Bayern team. I would have thought that was the final lineup. Neuer, Sol, Pavard, Kimmich, Hernandez. So the defense is right. Gnabry, Upamecano is not starting, right? Upamecano is not there. So they definitely made a mistake with that one. Musiala, Mola, Hernandez, Coman. So Kimmich is starting at the back. So Kimmich is starting as a defender. Yeah, you're right, Anel. The verified account deleted the account, the tweet, so they made a mistake. Who would you choose between Valverde and Llorente at this time? Tough one. I'd go for, I prefer Real Madrid. So. Don't use any other sites apart from the team sites. That's why I just usually prefer waiting for the team news from the team. When you start retweeting stuff from Sky and all that, they might make an error, and then yeah. So you're right. Let me just change that quickly. Bayern lineup. Neuer, Pavard, Upamecano not starting. So who's starting as a centre back? Kimmich is playing at right back, obviously. Hernandez is playing as a centre back. Gnabry. Let's put Gnabry there. I guess it was just Gnabry for Upamecano. I think the rest of it was okay. Neuer, Pavard, Sola, Hernandez, Kimmich, Musiala, Sane, Gnabry, Mola, Coman, Lewandowski. Oh my goodness, they're going to score more than 3 goals. That team is just, that is a scary team, and that's like every single attack on the pitch. When is your birthday? August. August is my birthday. So thank you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate it. So I'll end it here. We need to go and sort out those pizzas we were talking about. We need to sort out those pizzas. So thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. That was the match day 8 deadline stream. Good luck to all of you in this match day. I need to get those pizzas. Hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll catch up with you guys on the next one.